Today at BladeOps, we are doing another knife basics video, and today we will be talking about knife sheaths. Sheaths, of course, have been used for hundreds and hundreds of years to protect the blade and as well to protect yourself. These are the three main different styles of sheaths used today: nylon, kydex, and leather. So let's dive into each one and see the pros and cons. First, we're going to start with leather. Leather is probably the most common and most seen and used material for fixed blade knives because it's been used since the tribal days. Leather is fairly customizable on the surface. You can put little emblems or stamps on there. And the reason that leather is used is it was one of the easiest resources to get because it was animal skin. Although with it being one of the easiest materials to acquire, it had a little bit of an issue when it came to moisture. Whether you get any type of water or even blood down inside there, it's really hard to get out, and it can stain the leather and also corrode the blade if it's stuck in there long enough. Even with that said, it's still one of the most used and reliable today. Next, we're going to take a look at kydex. It's probably considered to be one of the more fancy sheath materials used for knives today, being super sturdy and a bit easier to clean out for sure. But the process for making these sheaths are a little bit trickier because you have to have the mold that goes and fits perfectly with the knife for it to sit in there correctly. And probably one of the biggest pros to it is how that knife sits down in there. It actually kind of clicks in and clamps it together with just pressure, making it nice and sturdy and safe in there, and it's not going to come out unless you really pull on it. Essentially, the only drawback to a kydex sheath is they're loud upon that deployment and putting it back in. And what's cool is when we take it out, we can actually look inside and kind of see how its two separate pieces kind of squish together with those screws, making for a perfect fit for a knife. Next, we're going to take a look at a nylon sheath. The reason this material is used is it's one of the easiest and cheapest to acquire. Another benefit is it's super customizable, like with all these little different straps you can put on there. You can put things in them. You have little pouches inside the material as well. So you can add like little flint rods, little survivability packets, matches, all that kind of stuff. So you can open this up and actually take a look inside just as a little pouch. This is just one of the many things that can be added. One of the drawbacks to nylon sheaths is they're not as perfectly fitted as the other two are, so usually they need little straps to hold the knife in securely. But with that being said, this one sits pretty snug, and that's not always the case. You can also see inside here that there's a little bit harder piece, like a harder plastic, to keep the blade from, of course, cutting into the sheath material. It can also be a little bit tricky to put away. You gotta use both hands to do it properly and efficiently. After that process of putting the straps back on, it's gonna be one of the most secure, but definitely took a lot longer to get there. And make sure if you enjoyed this video to like and subscribe down below. And get your new knife at BladeOps.